From 2019 to 2020, 72% of all hate crimes in England and Wales were racially motivated, 58% of Scotland's hate crimes were related to the victim's race, and 57.6% in the US. England and Wales Home Office reports that 80% of hate crimes which involve violence against a person, i.e. sending malicious content, were all online. However, it has been reported that evidence of online abuse prevalence is insufficient. Not all incidents of cyber racism are reported, as people may be more likely to block the person. A study of 340 adolescents by Tynes et al. In 2015 found that 68% of participants reported experiencing online racism.
A prime example of online racism within the United Kingdom was the backlash that the supermarket Sainsbury's received in response to their Christmas advert in 2020 titled The Gravy Song, which featured a black family. The advert received various responses over Twitter, with many members of the public expressing distaste over the advert. Some tweeted that the advert was not representative of Britain's predominantly white population, while others encouraged consumers to boycott the store. Most of the racist tweets were posted by anonymous accounts. Research suggests that the ability to remain anonymous and therefore not accountable makes posting online hate such as racism much easier than it would be in person.
It's important to address when and how the racial prejudice and discrimination develop. Bandura's social learning theory points out three main aspects of the human learning process: observation, imitation, and modeling. Following this theory, Degner and DeLage show the relationship between parental attitudes and children's intergroup attitudes. At a young age, parental influence is an incredibly significant factor in children's learning and development. A study from 2011 found that discrimination towards visible minorities can start as early as at 5 years old.
CRISP 2015 explains that due to the lack of interaction, groups tend not to get along. Making a change is what will lead to positive interaction. People might be scared of interacting with other groups as they lack confidence. The intergroup contact theory looks at the association between various groups, for example, different races and cultures, as suggested by Houston in 2003. An intervention would possibly be white people interacting with black people. An out-of-the-ordinary sort of scenario makes people think differently than they usually would, therefore causing a positive relation from people from different groups.
There is a lack of interventions towards online racism, as most focus on racism in general. Gemma-Rose et al. Explained that responsibility often falls upon online communities and grassroots campaigns in order to self-police. This is frustrating, as online anonymity removes the reinforcement of societal norms, and this negates the effectiveness of the intervention. Software exists which can find certain trigger words, but it fails to understand the context, which can create further frustration. So this means that self-policing is still the best intervention. Grassroots campaigns like Fight Against Hate will take reports of online racism and give feedback to social media websites on how they can handle these better.